Heal the world, make it a better place for you and for me and the entire human race. There are people dying. If you care enough for the living, make a better place for you and for me. Hello everybody, welcome to my food forest. This is Cheryl Talley Moss. In this video, I'm going to share with you how I transplanted the remaining seedlings that I started in my grow room in January. I'm going to put some in the ground, some into my containers with my fruit trees, and some of them I'm going to put into pots. Okay, let's get started. Okay guys, it is Friday, March 27th. And I'm going to add, with this compost, some perlite right here. Compost is over there. And I'm going to mix it all up, and I'm going to plant one zinnia and a marigold. A cup of perlite in here for drainage and moisture retention. This is a very old pot, probably like 10 years old, and it has a reserve right there at the bottom. So I'm mixing this up really well. And I sure miss my garden buddy Brian. Since we're on lockdown, we thought it was best that I don't have the grandchildren over. So I miss my little helper. Okay, so here's the zinnia. Try to coax it off the pot. Yep. Dig a little hole and get it more like in the center. Press down and backfill. I'm gonna loosen these up because they were just about getting root bound as I started these quite a while ago. And then we're gonna loosen this one up too. And I could just dig a hole, drop it in, press down, backfill. Dig a hole, just a wood chip, drop it in, and then backfill. About a month ago or so, I showed you guys how I put 3 stone fruit trees in this raised garden bed. This one is a sun glow apricot, I believe. I'm gonna go in closer, and I want you to see that we have fruit. And actually, it's 2 pieces right there. And I started looking at it close, and I've noticed that several of them have twins. Here's another one right here with twins. So this is a single one here. I'm not going to allow this fruit to have a heavy load. I will start thinning it out after they get about the size of a large grape, because the wind, we have high winds in Texas, and it's going to knock some of them off. So we'll see. This one is a Red Haven peach. And then over here, I'm almost certain it's a Red Haven peach too. It is, and it's a dwarf. So one thing that I have learned, because I've killed some trees, I've learned that peach trees do not like wet feet. So when we're in our rainy season, we have to be careful. So by putting them in the raised bed, the water can drain down to the bottom and the feet won't be wet. Houston, we have grapes. Concord seedless. Are they seedless? No, they have seeds in it. Concord grapes. And over here, are my muscadines. I'm tying them up the best I can. I was going to have some help before the virus broke out, my son, but we all had a little talk conference, whatever you want to call it, and we decided that I'm going to stay isolated in my home and only leave for emergencies because I'm at a very high risk. So maybe at the top of here, I can get my son, when everything calms down, to gently bend those vines and let me zip tie them onto the bench trellis. So I'm trying to have 2 rows of grapes, one right here and then one across here. So you can see the zip ties. I've done a lot. But now let me get closer and show you the grapes. I can show detail with us. Those are nice clusters of grapes up there. Very nice. And by the way, here's some down here. And this vine is not even 2 years old. Look all over there. And there's a friendly neighborhood robin. It may be a couple of them. I choose to say singular robin. But she keeps coming and perching her little self up here on this trellis. And she's just chirping away. And I think she's telling everybody, we gonna eat in a few months. We gonna eat. Because that lady got grapes. And and those owls, those little phony owls she got around there, they ain't gonna bother you. They just phony. But look, here's the second one. Man, by George, I think I'm gonna have some wine making grapes and some jelly making grapes. I am so excited. But I guess you could tell that, huh? I decided to reclaim this container that has potty mix in it. I saw some spiders crawling out of it. The plant died a while ago, and so I decided to pour boiling water over it like I'm doing here to sanitize the soil and to also destroy any spiders that the neem oil spray that I used didn't kill. So I kept planting this right away because it needs to cool off. But I want to show you what I'm doing here. I made sure that I pushed the soil over to one side and added more boiling water. Stirred it to the bottom of the pot, and then I pushed it back over and added more boiling water to the left side. And I'm using my kitchen garden tool, but it doesn't matter because I use a lot of bleach in my water. If you guys have been following me for a while, you know that I attended my aunt's funeral shortly after Thanksgiving last year. And she was an avid gardener. I went by her house and I harvested some seeds of her cold, hardy hibiscus bush that was over 6 feet tall. Now this hibiscus will die back and come back every year, but for the first 3 years I'm gonna keep it in the greenhouse. And I was able to germinate. Well, I wasn't trying to germinate them. Some other seeds popped up. I gently separated them and potted them up into these containers, and now even another seed is coming up. The stem is getting very strong. It feels very good, so I know this one will survive, and this is getting strong too. But I'm gonna put all 3 of them in the this pot, because it's a large container and it has deep, it has enough room for deep roots. So yeah, I'm going to transplant these. I'm going to try to do it on camera. I'm not sure if I can. I'm going to, yeah, got that one out. The roots look really good. They weren't root bound or anything. So I'm just gonna take my shovel, only because I'm on camera, because I just use my hands. Y'all know that. And move it out, and it's easier. I can get it done faster with my hands. And I love to fill the soil. So we're gonna put that one there and backfill. Press down. I'm gonna gently coax this one out. Good root system. I guess I'll put it right here. One thing about the hibiscus, they're easy to separate. They won't go into shock like a lot of plants do. I'm going to remove these little lower leaves here. They're not real finicky once you get them established. So press that down and backfill. And this is actually 2 plants right here, because there's that little tiny one. So I'm going to move this soil around, and I'll put the other one right here. And it's a little bitty plant. Yeah, I love my Aunt Lois. She will always be in my heart. And I named this plant after her, Aunt Lois. I started the seeds the 1st of February. It's a cold-hearted hibiscus. I'm going to remove this label and put it on this pot. Or I might just put one of those stick labels in there. Okay, that's it. Thought about putting 1 or 2 marigolds. I think I'll put one right here toward the edge, and maybe one right here. That'll keep the pests away from it for a while. I'll be back. Let me go in the greenhouse and get 2. I'll be right back. So I have 2 plants. It's getting ready to rain. So it's a perfect time to get these in. And I don't have to do too much loosening up, but these roots are pretty good shape. I'll just dig a little hole, push that soil back, drop that bag girl in there, press down, and that's it. And then I'll put one right here. So I'll coax it out. Wow, look at those roots. That was really getting to be root bound. So move it over there. Dig me a good hole. Look at that root system. Drop it in there loosely. And I push down, backfill. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm done. Now, I'm just going to leave it right here on this table. I'm going to try to get a couple more things planted before it starts to rain. Here's a little deep pot right here. I'm going to take this compost, mix up perlite, and plant a zinnia. Mix it up real good. And then I'm going to pick all the big pieces of wood chips out of here and use it on the top of the container. And a few drops of rain came down on my head, but it stopped. Getting way down to the bottom. Okay, I'm going to sift some of this out, and then I'll be back. When I say some of this out, I'm going to sift the big pieces out. Guys, I got the big pieces of wood chips out. I'm digging a hole here. I feel something. And I'm going to move this heirloom zinnia out of this pot. The roots look good. They weren't root bound. Oh man, it's a little bent, but I don't think it's broke. pushing it down. I think it'll be all right. You see it's getting ready to bloom. And then I'm going to take this marigold. And this will be sitting on one of my trees. I'm going to break these roots up just gently, just a little. There we go. Dig a hole, put it over here. There's enough room in here for both of them to survive. And then we'll take those wood chips that I sifted out and put them across the top. And that will help it hold some moisture. Press down. I hope I was filming that. I'm always focusing on the plants and not the camera feature on my phone. Okay, I think that'll be cool. It's a nice deep pot. It'll be okay. I'm going to set it up here with the other one and let nature water it. And if it doesn't rain enough, I'll water it. Maybe I'll give it a little water. Yeah, that's what I'll do. Okay. All right. I think I deserve a break. If you enjoyed this video, please like it, subscribe, and also share it with your friends.